My son was a very, very social high schooler, grew up in New Jersey, just outside of New York City. He liked to have fun. He was a normal kid, loved baseball, loved his car. He went to the University of Colorado. He had a fantastic freshman year at the University of Colorado. So my wife and I are out to dinner, having a very, very normal dinner. On the way home, my wife was driving, and my phone rang. It was about 10:30 at night. My phone rang, cell phone, and it was a young man who was panicked. He said, "Mr. Bowling, call Kayla right now." And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Just call Kayla right now." She answered her phone, and she was crying. I said, "Kayla," for some reason my mind went right to this as a parent. I said, "Kayla, is he alive?" And she said, "No." There's a detective in his apartment. The first week into his sophomore year, Eric Chase died of an opioid overdose. At that moment, my wife, who was in the driver's seat, we had pulled over the side of the road, literally fell into the road. I had to gather her up, and we sat on the curb for about an hour, crying, talking, trying to figure out what just happened. We never saw it coming. We never thought we would get that call. Every parent doesn't want it. We got it. Sorry. I didn't know where to go. I had no support system. And so I went to Twitter and I said, "Look, this happened." I was overwhelmed by the amount and number of people who opioids are affecting. What I have done since then is to talk about the stories of people who are worried about a loved one, worried about a child, a brother, a sister, a mother, a coworker, a friend. It helps to talk about it, and it helps to find resources for that help. There's one underlying issue that I think parents need to understand, and is very, very important. I've seen it over the last few months since Eric's passed. Not my kid syndrome. Not my kid syndrome is terrible. Not my kid syndrome is a killer, because you just don't know. It could very well be your kid. So do us all a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Do your children a favor. Have the discussion with them, and do it again and again, and get involved in your kids' lives. Find out who they're talking to, who they're hanging around with. Keep an eye on what they're spending and where they're spending it. It matters. You can save someone.
We are here for a very important issue, as you know, opioid epidemic. It's the issue that America has never seen before. It is just the last year, the number of people who died were more than Vietnam War, the whole Vietnam War. There is a 9/11 happening every 2 weeks and a Florida shooting happening every 2 hours. So we have a serious issue at hand, and no community is immune to it. People think, well, it's an Indian community, we don't have drug abuse or alcohol abuse. Every community is equally prone to it. Indians' kids are especially, because they are under a lot of parental pressure, and also because they have means to afford it. So I will really suggest you have talked with your kids about what is happening in the colleges and schools.